You can start.
Oh, yeah, over to you, Sudhir sir.
A very good evening to everyone. I'm delighted to welcome you to a new episode of Futuristic Education, a web series dedicated towards this 21st century education. Today, we are taking this initiative in association with Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham to enlighten and empower all the education community and make them aware of the education trends, education developments that are happening for the coming future. And we will be bringing together a lot of edu leaders and a lot of experts in various domains to share their views, share their insights, how to go forward, how to implement, make new policies, how to implement these things, and what kind of difficulties we will see. So we will be discussing or getting insights about all these initiatives which are going forward or make us enter into this 21st century education in a seamless process. Today, I'll be your panelist as well as moderator.
Sudhir sir,
Yes,
Sudhir sir, I'm really very sorry to interrupt you, but we would like to play a video
yes.
here at this point. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Thank you.
So you may continue now.
Yes, I hope all of you saw that promo video of us, what all works we are doing and all. So I'm Sudhir, I'm your moderator and panelist also today. Today we embark upon a discussion on highly relevant and considerably new addition to education, which could lead to a lot of new opportunities for students today. That is research in school curriculum. Usually research is pretty much essential for in student life because it can increase lot of skills. They can increase their analytical skills, creativity, and it can improve their what can say critical thinking skills. It can aid them in getting a lot of skills. It's not just limited towards reading previous research and all, and it's coming up with new research and coming up with understanding the tools that are available today, the resources that are available today, using them, what kind of research can be done that can aid us in the coming future. See, the world progresses on research of everything from human life to the environment, from society to economy, from philosophy of concrete mathematics. Everything has its roots in constant research, bringing about new ideas, theories, concepts, and solutions. Without further ado, let us meet our esteemed and special panel for the day. I extend a warm welcome to Ms. Alkavich, ma'am, Principal of Shiva Shiksha Sadan, Sonipat. We are glad to have you with us, ma'am. A warm welcome to you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
thank you, ma'am. We are delighted to have with us Mr. Umesh Kumar sir. He is also a principal of Rishikul Vidyapeeth, Sonipat. So we are glad for your presence, sir. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. And to represent the students, because students' perspective is also important. We are having a student panel also with us today. Mr. Gurmeet, Ms. Pragati from Shiksha Sadan, and Mr. Aditya from Rishkul Vidyapeeth. A big thank you to our esteemed panel for their presence. Okay, so before going into it, let's just have your opening statement or opening discussion about this niche topic which you are going to discuss today. Actually, the term going beyond the syllabus has come into use more and more frequently, because thinking outside the box, going beyond the syllabus and all, more frequently as education progresses into a new era and method. Okay, research adjusts to student build up their own knowledge. It's not from the textbooks. So they need to deduct lot of conceptual knowledge from the materials that are beyond textbook. Okay, so my question is for all the panelists today: how does adding the aspect of research to projects, assignments, and school curricula in general promote the idea of going beyond the syllabus and exploring the world outside these classrooms? So first, I think I'll will go in an order from Alkavich ma'am. So I think you can answer this and you can start the session by sharing your insights in this. How does this aspect of adding projects, assignments, and school curriculum in general promote the idea of going beyond the syllabus? So it's over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. At first, I want to uh, say Happy Guru Purnima to all, because Guru is the inspiration for all. So I am coming to your question, sir. At first, we have to understand the meaning of research. What is research? Research is a process of steps which we use to collect and analyze the information, which definitely increase our understanding and knowledge about the topic. And research process has approximate, or you can say at least 7 to 8 steps. At first, we have to, sir, analyze the data, analyze the problem, where we have to research. At first, we have to analyze the problem or research area. Then we have to take review. For review, we have to uh, read so many books, encyclopedia, you have to search for nets. It means you are going beyond the classroom, and you have to study the papers of some researchers which have already researched on this topic or any topic which are your problematic area. Then you have to, after reviewing, then you have to make hypothesis. And what is this hypothesis? It means a a conclusion. Before researching the problem, I'm just concluding that it can be the result of this problem. Just I'm taking hypothetical calculation as in experiment, chemistry experiment, we always write hypothetical calculation for the experiment. Same here, for every problem, we must have hypothetical result. For example, if we want to say about if I'm taking test of some students in the class, and I feel that this student is not studying in the class properly, so his marks will be too up to the mark. But at the time of result, the student got if I'm taking 15 and he is getting 15 out of 15 or 14 or 13, it means my hypothetical calculation may be wrong, but I am observing, I am just make the decision that this is the hypothetical, that if he is not studying in the class, then he will not pass in the test. So this is hypothetical, so we make one result for our problem. But after hypothetical result, we have to do research on this. It means we have to research on action on this problem, what we can do from where we from net or from books, we can search about this problem. Then we have to, and if we are talking about we are doing some problems on some person, we are searching for some person details, then we will talk to some other person or family members or peer group. You will talk to them, then you will collect the data. It means next step is you will collect the data, collection of data. Then if you will collect the data, then obviously you will analyze the data. Then you have to analyze the data, and after that you will conclude what is the hypothetical result and what is the real result. Is it same? If it is same, then okay, then your knowledge become increased. And if you are not correct, or your real conclusion is not according to hypothetical, then you can change your result by your actual calculation. So in research process, every time you cannot limit to your classrooms. You have to go beyond the classroom. Every time you have to talk to the person. If you are searching for anything, then you have to talk to some other person. You have to make some results. So I think research is incomplete without is not complete if we are only in the classroom. That we must go beyond the classroom. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that insight. I think research is mostly about collecting the required information and more
Yes.
analyzing them, and also I think it's finding out the problem areas, and also it's beautifully explained. Going beyond the syllabus is might be the only way actually to do the actual research that is required. I think Umesh sir, please share
Yes.
your insights also, like does adding this aspect of research to projects, assignments, and school curriculum can promote the idea of going beyond the syllabus, and also you can just share your insights in this regard also. Umesh Kumar sir. Hello. Umesh Kumar sir.
Hello, my voice is audible now.
Yes, yes sir, it's audible, it's audible. Yes.
This is to give me opportunity. First of all, my best wishes. Today is Guru Purnima, and we all are Guru here. As ma'am has, Alka ma'am has told so many things about research. I want to say, first of all, what is research? For this, I want to tell you a story, small story. When I was in postgraduate, I used to visit JNU campus. There, I met one student. He was a scholar, and he belonged from Afghanistan. I discussed with him a lot at that time. And what he told me that our Sahitya, Indian Sahitya, is very, very enriched. And everything has been written on each and every topic. I mean to say, what does it mean by research? It means these all the things in all the fields. Our ancestors, they have done search a lot. What we are to do? We are to do research. We all are teachers, and we are to teach next generation. As ma'am has told, that if we want to inculcate the new things in students, then we are to research. For example, if a student is not doing well in class, what we are to do? We are to find out uh, the reasons behind that. If he is having different behavior, we are to find out the reasons behind that, and that is also research. If we assign them homework, nowadays what we teachers are doing, we are teaching them lesson in classroom, and we are preparing them for exam only, as I observed in different schools, in mathematics, in chemistry, in physics, in all subjects. But we are to do much more than it. And that is possible only when we will do the things beyond classroom. These things, they need to devote the time for a teacher. Nowadays, uh, about teachers, because in schools, by the side of school administrator, there are so many issues. They are to provide the result also. They are to provide good and best results in their subjects. So my suggestions for these, for research, first of all, we are to train the teachers. Teachers must be mentally ready to do these things. And the research work, as I have told you about one example, if I want to know the reasons of about a student, I can go to his or her home also, family also. I mean to say, I need to know about his or her background. And for this, I need to spend time beyond classroom. So this is the duty of teachers nowadays. For example, uh, pre-COVID, if we go beyond COVID, at the time of pre-COVID, we used to teach in classroom. In the month of March 2020, our Honorable Prime Minister announced lockdown in entire country. We teachers community were very much uh, in the thought process in now how we will do. Before that, we did not know about these Zoom classes because we used to teach in classrooms. Then we have find out the ways, and we have started teaching on Zoom, on Google, and so many schools, so many teachers, those who were not techno savvy, they also learn these things and they have done a lot of work in a very good manner. In the same way, we are to be ready for future. This is from my side.
Yes, sir. I think, thank you, sir. I think you have very well explained, like research is not only academically oriented, it happens in all aspects of life. That's very well said, very well put forward. It's not only helps us prove ourselves or improve ourselves academically. So as a human, if you want to grow, you need to research about human values, you need to understand them. So this kind of research is also important. So that's a beautiful statement which you have said. I think let's move on to the first question before we entering into the student panel and all. See, research for students has several benefits for their personalities, mental ability, reasoning and knowledge and conceptual growth. How would introducing research in schools benefit students in their future? What career path does this open up for students to take it up? First, I want Aditya to answer it. So, Mr. Aditya, if you can answer this question, and later on we'll move on to Umesh Kumars. How would introducing research in school benefit students in their future? What career paths does this open up for school students to take it up? Mr. Aditya? Hello? Yes, Aditya, are you there? Yes, Aditya, you can just unmute yourself. Priya, can you make him co-host?
I think Aditya. Yes, Aditya is there.
Yes, sir. In the meantime, I think, can you answer that question, sir? Like, how would introducing research in school benefit students in their future? What career paths did this open up for students to take it up? In the meantime, Aditya will join back. So can you answer this question, sir?
Aditya, you can give answer, Aditya.
I think,
Yes.
Yes, now I think he can.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yes.
So, introducing research in school curricula students in many ways. Uh, is, uh, They ask questions, then they answer, they demand for answers, and that is all good. They get better amount of confidence that provides them better amount of understanding, and they gather some problem solving skills, and it provides them new insights to basic process of individual and organization functions. And they feel that research informs them policy debates they are getting. Moreover, I feel that being future ready in today's era, in today's competitive era, is already the best thing. Because if the student is future ready, then he can do anything. And it's the law of nature, we must change with time. So we have to change ourselves with time. And research provides us with a plethora of opportunities. There will be more people at ISRO, NASA, researching from that is all good and so that's all from my side. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes. I think there's some voice disturbance, but I think your words like research can open up a lot of opportunities for students in terms of academics as well as other activities also. Sir, I think Umesh sir, can you answer this question? Like how it will be beneficial for students? Will it have benefits in the future, or will it open up more careers?
As Sudhir sir has asked question, how can the introduction of research? This is the question. Please repeat the question, sir.
Yes. How introduction of research in school can benefit the students, and
Okay.
what career paths does this open up for students to take it up?
In this regard, first of all, I want to say that a teacher and a student should not be make his limit only up to the book knowledge. In present scenario, what we are doing as a teacher, we are teaching with the book. In school level, we introduce some books. In some school, NCERT, in some school, private books. And what we do, we are going in a routine. You do this, you do this. We give lecture, and then we give them homework. Next day, we check their homework, and then especially in small classes up to 8th, we are promoting rote learning. As I have observed so many schools, we are promoting rote learning. That should be avoided. And we will go beyond the books. First of all, we will create such atmosphere in classroom or in school so that the student, they can be motivated towards research. First of all, we teachers should take this initiative. Then we can motivate the students. Once if we can motivate the students for this, then student, they will have interest in this. When we were students in science, there was a line in science book, विज्ञान आओ करके सीखे. Have you
Yes.
listened this line?
Yes.
In science book, it was written विज्ञान आओ करके सीखे. Science, learning by doing. Teaching is two ways procedure. Teacher is teaching and student is learning. In my opinion, teacher is also a learner. First, teacher should learn these things, and then he can inculcate in among the students. So we should provide such atmosphere so that teacher and student, they can be in school for a long time. I visited a school in Canada in 2016 in Nelson, BC, British Columbia. And there I visited two schools in that city, and both schools were government school. When I visited their classroom, I was surprised to see the classroom. Each and everything was there in their classroom, and student they used all the things there during their classroom. Somewhere we are lagging behind in a classroom. What we have in our classroom? Only furniture, hardly some posters on the display boards, duster, board. If we are having whiteboard, then marker. And in so many schools, when I visit some schools in workshop, I ask the teachers to prepare their lesson plan. Then what they write, when they write in lesson plan, what they require the things, they write these things. Duster, marker, these. These are not the tools actually. So we are to prepare the tools and we are to prepare such atmosphere so that students they may be motivated. Not in higher classes, in lower classes, at least in middle level, so that when they will come in 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, they may be in the habit to solve their problems themselves. I always used to say in my class, be in the habit to solve the problem yourself. How? They will do something, they will search the things, they will search the solution, or they will think over it. If as I give one question to a student, all student, you solve it, at least they will think over it. If they are thinking how to solve this problem, they are doing research. That is also a research.
Yes.
So we can introduce this research in schools by adopting these tools.
Yes, yes, sir. I think the next question also, we actually have taken us forward into the next question also. See, research seems to be a monumental introduction for school students, because since CBSE curriculum barely focuses on research, so the process of research has a steep learning curve. Okay, so which need more guidance, more navigation, and everything we need to start from scratch, like picking up the research topic, helping the students from basic ideas, or incorporating this curriculum into the school. It's a huge task for schools to even introduce it. So how can the introduction of this research into schools take place, and what might the process looks like, and what are some of the problems school administrations can anticipate? I think Alka ma'am, I think you can answer this. How can the introduction of research into schools takes place, and what might be the process look like, and what are some school, I mean, problems they will face or they can anticipate as a school administrators?
So we as an educators have great responsibilities. We have all the there is all the responsibility on teachers. So teachers should change their pedagogical skills, pedagogical process. They should include action research in them. And what's about action research? There are two type of researches. One is quantitative, and that is second one is qualitative. In quantitative research, we have to do experiments, surveys, like this is for science and maths. We can use for science, maths, SS. And second one is quantitative. Quantitative is can be used for languages subjects. So we have to use mixture of both. Research is education research, that is quantitative and qualitative, and that is action research. And action research again is based on 4 steps, and we are at Shiva translate into 4 E's. Number one is envision, number two is experiment, then number three is uh, evaluation, and number four is experience. At first, again, we should know the aim, then we have to experiment, we have to search on this, then we have to evaluate, and then we have to use it in daily life. So no doubt, it's all about the teachers, how the teachers guide the students that how to do your research work. totally depends on teacher, because in the starting age, students don't know where to research and what to research, up to which extent they have to research. So it's our duty to train our children to about the research. Second, there are lots of problems we faces, sometimes parents do not cooperate if we want to spend some time, extra time on students because they have some classes or some on. So there are some problems. Parents sometimes do not cooperate. Sometimes if we do spend, if we spend more time in researches, then it become more difficult to cover all the syllabus. So no doubt, research is very beneficial for the students, but side by side it's time consuming. So research should be there, but on particular some topics that it's necessary for the future jobs or requirements, it totally based on that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. That's very well explained and all. So actually, the issue with teaching this research skill in school is a matter of both when and who. Actually,
Yes.
so research at its very basic levels can be introduced to students as early as middle school. Also, as Umesh ji also told, so to get them to the thinking process, how research progresses and all. However, focusing on who is guiding the students at such early stages is also crucial. So I just want to ask this question to Gurmeet. When is an appropriate age and grade to introduce students to research, and who could be responsible for guiding the students through the process of research? Gurmeet, I think you can answer this as from the student's perspective.
Should
Yes.
appropriateness. That is, you cannot say when a third class student tries to do research on market strategy, it would be a mess. So we can start research at any age, but there should be a level fixed at that age. So like I have given an example of third class student. So here it is. And I think parents and teachers are the key factors for guiding the students in their research. Also, the peer group is helpful in research. So group discussions are very effective in research also. Sorry.
Yes, I think Gurmeet, it's very well said. We can't give a third class students a market analysis and all, which he can't do. So that's very well said. Age appropriate research, including
And
these.
I think sir, at least a 6th grade student should start research.
Okay.
Must start research.
Okay. That's very well said. I think because students should be also looking way forward to be interested in this research oriented topics or doing these kind of subjects. Then only it will be easy. I think, ma'am, Alka, ma'am, like, can you share your insights? When is the appropriate age? I think one of our students was thinking 6th standard is the right age to start this kind of research.
Because yes.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
according to NEP, CBSE, NEP suggests that from 6th onwards, student can go for internship. That's why he's saying. Otherwise, we can start from elementary stage, but that should be collaborative research. If the student is in elementary stage, then teacher and the student must work on the same time on some project or some learning. So they have to do in collaboration. But at the age of at the level of 2 and 3 and 2nd or 3rd class, some tasks should be given to students individually, and some tasks should be given with collaboration with teachers or with parents, some work so they can do, because research is always there. We cannot say if I'm giving a toy to 1-year child, he always look what is in this toy. वो generally तोड़ कर ही देख देगा कि इसके अंदर क्या है. So research doesn't matter कि age क्या है. So it should be start from the elementary stage, but up to level that it should be fixed that up to which age, what topic we have to research and up to which extent. But some brilliant student, extraordinary person are always there. So they can beyond the classroom, and they can beyond the limit portion. They can do research on this, and we should appreciate and guide them. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you. That's very well said. It should be started in elementary level also, because we should be having an understanding about what topics need to be given, what kind of standards need to be given to the students also. And moving on to the next thing, I just want to give you a small insight. Today, we are living in a VUCA world, like completely volatile and uncertain, ambiguous and complex world. We don't know what technology will be replacing what we are using and all. Today all of us are talking about the new age careers, new age opportunities and all. Before, it used to be very easy. If I don't know an answer about some problem I'm facing, I just open an encyclopedia, just get the answer there. But now it's not like that. I'll open my smartphone or my laptop, I'll search it in Google, I'll be getting thousands of answers, and I don't know what is right, what is wrong, what to refer to and all. See, students are currently in that kind of space where they're unable to navigate through the resources that are having. They're questioning their own actually established wisdom also. Sometimes they might get a different solution altogether if they search online. So is this current education system encouraging new knowledge, or it is focused on just reproducing the knowledge? So what changes in the syllabus or a conceptual level need to be made to make research of new knowledge and concepts a fluid part of learning in school? I think this question, I think Umesh sir, can you answer this? Like, in current education system, encouraging new knowledge is there, or it's just focused on reproducing the knowledge? So if not, what changes are need to be made in terms of syllabus or in terms of conceptual level, or to make this research going forward and it can be a part of fluid learning process today?
Yes. Our current education system, that is divided in two parts, theoretical and practical. But if we talk about any subject, the theoretical part is more, that is about 70 to 80%. Practical part is very less, 20 to 30%. And that practical part, how many teachers, how many schools, they are taking that seriously. Up to 10th level, they are not being observed, and practical things are not being done in a systematic way and sincerely by the side of teachers also and by the side of students also. If I talk about CCE, I do remember that time when central government introduced CCE up to 10th level. But we have done with CCE, so many schools, what they have done with CCE, that was not implemented in a best way, or I can say in a systematic manner. So many schools, they have made mockery with that system. And what was the result? Result was that when the student, they come in 11th class, they don't know even basics, because the schools, they have not taken that practical part seriously. So the in my opinion, practical part, that should be introduced on a large scale. As I have quote that line, कि विज्ञान आओ करके सीखे, English आओ करके सीखे. We can do these things in every subject. So the present, this system of education system, no doubt, this is providing knowledge to the students, but not so much. We should change the system, give more emphasis on practical. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think let's hear it from students' perspective also. Like, is this current education system like encouraging you to gain new knowledge, or is just you're reproducing it? Let's hear it from Pragatil. So, can you share your idea about this thing, this question, and let us know your perspective also?
Good evening, everyone. The current education system that we are talking about is no doubt it is giving new knowledge, of course. If it is not giving any new knowledge, then as a student, we are not able to get any knowledge at all. But it focuses more on the learning and focuses more on the memory or learning power. It does not focus on the skills of the student actually. We there is a point in this question that syllabus should be changed or not. I feel syllabus should not be changed, but the concepts that are added in the syllabus should be more theoretical, should be more practical rather than theoretical. Because if we learn something theoretical, it gets eliminated from our mind in a few days and a few months. But if we learn it through practicals, it gets stuck in our mind, and it makes us learn, and it makes us understand, or makes us understand the concept that what we are learning or what we are doing actually. Thank you so much.
Yes, that's very rightly said. I think Pragati, you shared it very beautifully and in a brief note. See, I'll give an example. As a university like us, I am from Amrita University. What we try to do in higher education to to encourage students to have more practical knowledge is, so we have a small program called Hut Labs, Live-in Labs, where our students will be going to rural areas, and they will be using their knowledge to help the rural residents by developing a project. I heard some of our students did some distilleries to process the crude oil, to process the oils there. Also some solar panels, they are producing electricity. This kind of hands-on learning experience they are getting. So once we have this kind of practical knowledge or application oriented curriculum, so it's easy to learn the skills, it's easy to learn the concepts. So I think the syllabus is good and we are gaining knowledge, but more practical approach, more hands-on approach is required. I think that's that is there. But moving on to the different aspect of this whole research. See, usually research is like a costly process. It involves a lot of participants, lot of instruments, lot of tools, and it's not easy to come to a conclusion. It's a time consuming, and it incorporates lot of people, lot of resources, and you need to delete lot of unwanted materials. You need to get lot of information about all the things and all. So a lot of aspects are involved. So how will the large amount of time that research takes up affect the or affect and change the educational system in place? So how can research be incorporated without affecting already existing curriculum or already existing time we are having or we are used to? So I think I can ask this question to Alka ma'am. So how much amount of time this can consume if we implement it, and how it can be implemented without affecting the time which are already used to?
So no doubt, research will take time. If we don't give time, then we can't gain knowledge about anything properly. But again, everyone has 24 hours. Even the people who do wonders in their life have same time. So we have to guide the students how to work. So for this, teachers should be properly trained. And this is not the time when we take the job of teacher as a job. Now we require passionate teachers for teaching, because they have to spend more time for their lesson planning, that how to plan, how they can plan their lessons, so in minimum time they can give maximum to their students, and how they can motivate the students to research. So we should plan accordingly. Teacher have to do lot of work for this. So it's a two-way process, that one way the student will do, but side by side we have to guide them from where we have to research. And because we have to give them right path, right direction. If we will give them that, I think there will be no wastage of time. And because without, as Pragati says, if there is experimental studies, then we will uh, memorize them easily. But if it is rote learning, then it's very difficult for students. Just they wrote 4 exams and got 100 marks or 99. But actually in the real life, sometimes Even the toppers cannot apply, cannot get good job just because of he has theoretical knowledge. So according to me, experiential learning, research is very important, but we have to make balance. Research is not related to every topic, but we have to plan accordingly. So planning is very, very important. Syllabus should be planned by CBSE or by any other board, and lesson plan should be planned by the teachers. And again, student should be planned his research or her research accordingly. Thank
Yes,
you, sir.
that's very well said. Actually, planning plays a vital role in taking about how much time it will take or how much effect it's going to create on our curriculum and all. So it should be on a higher level. It should be introduced as a policy in a school level by school boards to make it not affected other activities which we are already used to. And Aditya, what is your perspective in this regard? Will it consume more of your time, your school time, or your free time? What's your perspective if we are introducing research in the school curriculum?
So I don't feel that it would consume more of time. If it consumes more of time, then we have to see its after effects. It's adding to our personality. The fruits of this is quite sweeter. So adding time would, I don't find that if you are investing time on a fruitful activity, that's not a wastage of time. Rather, that is usage of time. So yes, we are using time in research, adding to our personality, making us new for tomorrow, getting future ready. So yes, I don't feel that it's wastage of time. It's quite fruitful and constructive use of time. Thank you, sir.
Yes, that's rightly said. If the outcome is fruitful, then the effort won't be can be ignored actually. So because it's all depends on what will be the outcome and how much effort which you are putting can be forgotten based on that. So actually this research can help us a lot. Why? Because you see, whenever you are going to sit for a job or a placement, all they ask is not about how you achieved this much marks. So they will be asking what kind of project you worked on and how you worked on and what all tools you have utilized, what resources you have utilized. They will be asking your projects, your experiences and all, not how well you studied and how you got your marks. So that's all matters. Today, the experience which you have in completing or doing this kind of research oriented projects can matter more in going forward, because all of you today are having equal grades. All of you are almost equal, because if a company comes and say above 60% are eligible for an interview, so what's the difference of having 90? So once you go to the interview, they will be looking at your project skills, they will be looking at your research skills, how much you have. So that is why research is very much important, because and working on these things can give you an edge. Okay, so introducing this within the schools, actually we talked about, but should we have a teacher training program to be conducted in classrooms, so that the teachers can feel it in an easy way to mentor students or give them the topics and all, and they can implement strategies. Because an English students, as I think our previous panelists spoke, a English research topic should be, I think it should be about qualitative, not quantitative. Science can be quantitative. Likewise, there are some strategies every teacher should adopt. Accordingly, they need to mentor students. So is it, what kind of approaches can we use, sir? I think Mahesh, sir, can you answer this? What kind of approaches and strategies would teachers require to adopt this kind of research oriented curriculum in their classes? Umesh, sir? Umesh, sir, can you answer this question?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
My voice is audible?
Yes.
In this regard, teachers should change themselves. First of all, as I have told earlier, what teachers they are doing in classroom, teaching and uh, rote learning, promoting rote learning. we teachers, they are to come out from this situation, and they are to spend more time and more practical aspects, then they can change it. First of all, we are to train the teachers. We should have training session for teachers. If we want to implement these things in schools or among students, if we have expectations from students that they should do research work, first of all, we should train the teachers. As I used to say, or our chairman sir used to say to all, the what I expect from students as a teacher, I should do first it, then the student they can follow it. So teachers should change themselves, and if they are teacher by their choice, they have taken this profession, because teaching profession is quite different the other professions. So teachers should change their methods and assignments, project work. They should assign the students and help them. If they give more time, teachers as well as students, then it will be benefited, otherwise not. Thank you.
Yes, yes, sir. That's rightly said, because teacher plays a vital role. They should be given adequate training regarding how to orient their curriculum according to the research-oriented topics. So how they can adopt these things for them teaching for teachers, it should be essential, and it should be their basic part. They can do, and they play a vital role in including this thing. My next question is how this research can be assessed, evaluated, and all, on what aspects actually this will be encouraged or inculcated within students. Research should be encouraged to be inculcated within students. Not every student can pick up research, like, but how we can make it happen and how we can evaluate it. Like, it's not a quiz to evaluate or give marks, 1 mark for this. So how this to be assessed and evaluated, on what metrics it should be evaluated, and how it can be encouraged to be adapted by each and every student, not average, bright, every student and all. So Alka ma'am, can you answer this question?
Yes, sir, of course. So rubric means an evaluation tool.
Yes.
So your assessment tool or evaluation tool should be like that. It should be fair. So evaluation tool or rubric, you can say it should be well designed so that student can easily understand their strength and weakness. Where is the weakness area and where is strength portion? So your rubric should be designed in we can take following steps. Number one, at first we know the purpose of rubric, what we have to check. We have to know the purpose of rubric, then we have to give them rating scale, and description of rating should be clearly told to the students so that accordingly they can appear. If student is doing good in some particular areas, then he should be scaled or rate in such a way so student can know about their weakness and strength. So we should design our rubrics in such a way that it can be reliable and impartial. We, for example, if we are taking viva of any student, and sometimes intelligent student don't give answer, and but we think no, he is very intelligent student, so we can give 5. Okay, but he is very intelligent. So it's not correct evaluation because we are doing partiality with the student. So we have defined rubric that at up to which level we have to give what grade, 1, 2, 3. It depends totally on you. So it should be properly defined, and evaluation tool must be clear to the students before exam. Thank you from my side.
Yes, 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 ma'am. That's rightly said, because partiality should not play a role, because the actual metrics that are involved in research cannot be put on paper, because the effort is completely different while doing a research to an actual exam. So we need to consider all these things, and it should be defined properly, and it should be transparent to the
Yes.
students. So because then only the more people will be encouraged to do. Otherwise, they will feel he's a favorite student of ma'am. That's why she is giving more marks to him. So these kind of mentality usually students, and it can discourage a lot of students also. So
And
this can
he will
happen.
also do the syllabus with the craze that I will get this mark up to the syllabus, up to the syllabus, I will get this mark. So he will encourage, he will get interest in his studies.
Yes, yes, ma'am. That's very well said. But let's hear it from a student perspective. I think, Gurmeet, can you share your final thoughts on this? Like, on what basis it should be evaluated, research should be evaluated, and all?
Yes, sir. I think rubrics for research should be clearly defined. A proper grading scale should be defined for this. Like we can say that it should be on the following parameters. What is the motto of research? How the research is being done? How effectively it is being done? The quality of research, and uh, what beneficial things after the research a student has extracted. A student's logical and critical reasoning in his research. So these are some factors which I think should be in the in rubrics.
Yes, yes. I think, Gurmeet, you also rounded it off well, because it should be pretty much clear, crisp to all the people that are involved when if they are doing this particular topic and also. So transparency plays a huge role. I think today we got some insights about as a research, even though it's a new ballpark for school education, all of you are eager to adopt it. Actually, that I can say, because I am from a technical background, I can say research is the only way go forward. Today you can see all the innovations that are happening are based on continuous and constant effort. So you see the innovations like the apps which we see, Zomato, Uber, Ola, they are solving a problem, and these things didn't happen in an overnight. It was a continuous effort. It was a continuous research on various elements. So finding out the problem statement and solving it using various variables. It's like coming up with a website like Flipkart is not one simple thing. So it needs to understand the vendor's perspective, it need to understand the customer perspective, it need to understand the website perspective. So there is a lot of research put into it. After that only we see a final product called Flipkart. Still there will be research going on in that, how we can make it better, how we can make this food apps like Zomato or Swiggy way much better. Research is going on in that regard. Or the so-called OTT platform we see, there is a research going on. So in every aspect which we see today, there is a continuous research. So to round it off, I can say it's pretty much essential in our school education. We can't take ourselves forward in this 21st century without having research oriented curriculum in our schools. And the main important thing which we need to understand is teachers play an important role. I think as educators, we should be having a methodology to orient teachers to align their curriculum in research oriented topics, or give some assignments, give some work to students in terms of research and all. This can play a wide role and all. So I think you people have shared a different perspective from student perspective and from educators perspective. It's very good to see. But today, as I can conclude to this session, research is very much important in your life. So wherever you are and what kind of career domain you want to choose, so have a continuous mindset of learning, because learning doesn't stop on one day. So lifelong learning is important. Whatever you learn today, there is much more to learn. So thank you all the esteemed panelists who has joined us and shared this valuable insights. So I hope I'll be meeting you soon again with various topics and all. So thank you, Gurmeet. Gurmeet, thank you, Aditya, and thank you, Pragatil, and thank you, ma'am, Alka ma'am, and thank you, Umesh sir. Thank you for your presence and sharing this valuable insights. And have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for inviting us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
So we would like to play a video. Thank you so much to our esteemed panelists. I think we should be ending.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day, all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
We can leave now.
Okay, thank you all.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.